All right, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. This is another edition of Hong Kong Card Side Scene. In this, we are working on the influences for Riker, creating his justifications. He is actually contacting a contact of By News, a member of the triad known as Ping Mai. We'll assume for the sake of it that um, you've already talked to Ping Mai and are actually meeting him out in public.
Yes.
Okay, so it's
We would have had to talk once before because of by noon.
yeah. His choice of meeting place is actually one of the smaller Buddhist shrines in Old Town. It's actually in a area that's not controlled by the triad.
All right.
So I'm guessing that Riker heads down there.
Yes.
Within chimerical reality, of course, he sees dragons and other chimera of good luck and good fortune.
The usuals.
Yeah. You've seen what he looks like, right?
Hold on. You actually haven't actually showed me. Show me what he looks like.
So I'm looking up real quick.
Technically, this is the first time we're going to be meeting.
Need to find a better picture than that.
Hold on.
Why?
Oh.
It's in chat.
All right.
That's basically what he looks like.
All right.
As you walk in, you see him sitting in one of the back pews of the shrine. He doesn't actually have a cigarette lit. He's just wearing a long trench coat with a scarf and a black suit with a black tie.
Okay.
He seems to be focused on something in particular.
Alrighty. We'll wait until I can get his attention.
He'll look over after about 5 minutes, and then he'll motion for you to sit beside him.
He'll sit down. I wanted to meet with you because certain events have justified that I should start looking into some more endeavors that we're going to be needing some legal some assistance. He's not going to say legal. Not yet.
Did you know that the triad used to not exist in China at all?
Really?
Well, you'll amend that. It used to not exist in Hong Kong at all. There was a time when the triad wasn't needed in Hong Kong. Before the Boxer Rebellion. Before every country in the world started making claims on China because they thought us weak, thought us sickly. Do you know what happened?
When the Boxer Rebellion,
Yes.
all from what I've been told in history books, nothing substantial though.
Then you know what happens when outsiders step too far into concerns that are not theirs.
I'm somewhat stepping into some concerns that wasn't mine to begin with, but you're about. You remember when I told you over the phone that I might be reading you in on the uniqueness of Binu?
He is no different than any other child I've seen come through. He is, however, useful. A usefulness that you have seemed to strip me of.
I haven't stripped you of him completely. I'm actually wanting to work a deal out with you, and that might be beneficial to us both.
I will admit there's something about the boy that makes him unlike any of the other slaves I've ever come across. Maybe that's why I wish to help him as much as I did.
Well, hold up. I'm gonna roll perception keen that see if there's something special out of character about him. As one way to actually out of character to see if see if a person is a dreamer.
Mhm. I don't know how that's characterized
Well,
in character, but
I think I can sense the glamour in Pingmai.
okay.
Like, it's there. It's just it didn't manifest as a changeling soul, so so it can be cultivated.
Is it like being Canaan, or is it something else?
But it doesn't. You don't. Uh, it's you're not naturally fablet.
Okay.
Basically, like your how the Fianna are to the changelings.
Okay.
Oh, oh, helpful. Loading. Um, it's a little bit too long. Can you roll 3 dice, please?
My dice don't show up.
Oh, yeah, your overlays are not working. Mine aren't either. My dice stream doesn't load either. Oh,
I'll see that you got one success. I did roll 3 and it came up with a 9. You can you can assume that he's a dreamer if there is a bit of a glimmer of glamour around him.
mhm.
From and if you look closely, you will see that there are chimera dancing around his head. So he's actually a dreamer. He does manifest dreams. And he actually manifests good dreams, not nightmares.
Okay.
Um,
I'm also at this point would probably start my musing threshold might be kicking in, which is fostering trust.
okay.
So that also it should be kicking more of the clamor off in him.
Okay. You do know, however, that there are people around by you that say that there's something about him, and it affects mostly normal people because he has real quality.
Yeah. It's just mostly this one. I just figured out he as a dreamer.
Yeah.
He just doesn't know it yet. Are we in a semi-private? Are we semi-private or private right now?
You're in a shrine about the size of a living room. There are benches, but there's nobody else here except for what looks like an elderly man who is walking around with a cane, tending to the sensors and tending to the walls. You can see in chimerical reality that the man is numinous.
He's a natural, a really powerful natural dreamer.
Numina means that he has access to supernatural powers. You would need to roll a perception occult or a perception roll religion.
Okay.
I can roll it for you if you tell me what the dice are.
Hold on. I actually need to be a better player and pull up and make sure I have my character sheet pulled up.
Okay.
You said perception occult or what else?
Perception occult or perception lore religion or perception theology.
Lore?
Huh?
Lore?
It'd be lore religion or theology.
Oh, okay. Did I really not take occult with this character?
Some characters don't require occult, I'll say that much. To make a perception roll, you'd be at difficulty 9.
I can, as far as I can tell, he's from not rolling. He's could be supernatural and awake at any time.
He's supernatural in a way that you've not seen before.
Oh God!
Unless you've ever been around anybody with true faith. Which in this scene is not likely.
It does not seem likely, and I'm going to burn a willpower because to override his curiosity flaw.
Okay.
So because right now he's on important business, the priest he's probably thinking he's like the booty sock bug right now.
Okay.
There's a way I could show you. He's saying there is a way I can show you how I see the world. If you want.
Perhaps not now. If there's a way to do it, I cannot imagine it would allow me to be clear-headed.
No.
There's more in this world that you do not understand. I know Bainu is special, and I saw what happened to the Tongs. I know that there are creatures out there that are beyond my conception. You need to understand that there are things that I know that you do not, and there are things that you do not touch in this world.
Well, let's. If you want, we can adjourn to somewhere that you're feel a little bit more safe to trade information.
For now, this will do.
All right. You understand that there is a shadow world that is a part of this one, but not attached, and it's attached to it, but it's not attached to it at the same time.
As I said, I saw what you and your friends did to the Tom. It's perhaps a bit more brutal than my people would have done. And the weapons that were used do not seem to. There are men that would not have possibly been strangled in the way that they were. There were men that were cleaved in half, and men that were maliciously mauled.
Yes, Wolf and Silvertongue have their ways of dealing with people that abuse children.
Silver Tongue and Wolf.
Yes.
It looked like somebody was using a very large sword as well.
Say again?
It looked like somebody was using a very large sword as well.
That was actually one of my closer circle. He goes by many D names.
I see. It is, as I said, I'm aware of the thing. I'm aware that there are things beyond my perception and my ability to understand. My world is not as black and white. There are many things that I can teach you. However, I do not know if I feel particularly inclined to do so. However, I know you're also. I know that what happened at your club was not a training exercise. My contacts within the PLA and within the police force showed me this. Do not think you're the only one that has inroads, nor does your Spanish friend who likes to wave money around.
So there was more than one source that was able to see or work for the release of my cousin.
I did not step in because you wisely were able to keep Bainu away. But two names were brought to my attention during the entire situation. Do you know those two names?
I believe one of them was named Charlie, and the other one could have been me.
No. Well, your name, yes, but not Charlie. The two
Mm.
names I was referring to were the two names taken as witnesses to the assault. Zhang and Ling Liu.
He just
Bainu's girlfriend and her little brother.
Yes, I had.
Do you understand what would have happened if the remaining Tongs would have found out that they were still alive? I left Bainu and his two wards under your care. I was able to sequester the rest of the children away. They're now in either back with their own families or in loving foster homes.
That was unfortunate because they were still in an area of my apartment that could be accessible by regular means.
Regardless, if Vainu had found out about what happened, he would have. I'm assuming somebody kept him from exposing himself, thinking that his love and his little brother were going to be taken away. Am I correct?
Yes. When I returned to my apartment and noticed what was going on, I kept him out of the visible, out of the area.
You have to understand. To me, you're another wannabe playing at a game that I've been playing since I was Vainu's age. I understand your desire to keep your people safe, and that is one of the few reasons why I'm actually here listening to you. Vainu thinks highly of you and your friends. The Shadow Man, I believe he's referring to these Spanish gentlemen. But he does hold you all in high regard, which is why I agreed to meet with you. Your intention that I help you keep the PLA and the police away, I can give you warnings as a favor to Vainu in order to make sure that he and his family, because trust me, those two are his family, are not harmed. He is my preoccupying force. However, and this will justify you buying a dot of contacts.
Alright.
Because of the kindness that you've shown him and his family, I will be willing to listen and offer aid when I can. I will also help to teach you how to navigate the underworld, not just with the triads, but the tongs and the Yakas as well. Gives you justification for underworld influence 1.
Alright.
Stay off the streets, though. The tongs own the streets for the most part until they start delving into my realm, at which point they start ending up dead. There will be plenty of time to talk about other stuff later. I would recommend finding yourself a good lawyer. He will actually open up a cigarette.
I have no idea what I thought you were going to say.
And he'll start piecing through.
Charlie is like, text me.
Pulls out a card and hands it to you.
I'm sure he'd
Takes
appreciate
it.
This, it says on there,
I'm just telling you what I heard.
Juge Fan. Mr. Fan is a lawyer of some repute within the area, though he does not officially work for the
You
tribe.
know how to do it. If you did it with cars, you take the part.
As long as you make justice your priority, you will not have any problems with him.
Alright.
This place is sacred. I would ask that anybody that you bring here go through me first.
Understood.
And look at the old man walking around blind. Despite his blindness, he seems to be finding his way everywhere perfectly. Like, it's almost rote for him. My great-grandfather, I would hate to see anything happen to him.
Alright.
Well, he wouldn't have any problem with paternity.
He'll then stand up, brush off his trench coat, and he'll walk to the door. Actually, he'll walk over to the old man first. He'll lean in, and then he'll whisper something. if you're not trying to listen in, which would be unadvisable trying to listen in anyway. He will
Yeah.
he will then stand back up and
That would be like a difficulty 9, and that's a private thing. Alright, he's going to call the lawyer and put in the.
are you doing that inside the shrine?
Okay, he's going to leave the shrine first and go to a spot where he can call the lawyer. Preferably back to the Emerald Mother.
So
Put this over here.
Alright.
So as you head out and you call,
Yes.
you hear a voice answer. It's a female voice. You have reached the law office of Zhuge Fan. Zhuge Fan is currently in court. My name is Ling Zhui. I am his paralegal. How may I assist you?
I'm Riker. Is she saying this in English or in Cantonese?
She's actually saying this in English because your cell phone is not Hong Kong area code.
Oh, okay. He will say, the name's Riker Lynch. I'm the owner of the Emerald Mother, and I was referred to was given him as a referral from a Ping Mai.
Mr. Mai, I see. Give me one moment, and she'll put you on hold. After a while, the phone will pick back up, and it'll be in man's voice. Ping Mai sent you?
Yes.
He does not send me many English.
He responds in he says in Cantonese. I can also speak Cantonese, but we have a mutual acquaintance that that allowed me inroads with him.
I thought you can talk English.
And he'll switch to Cantonese as well. Your accent needs some work. However, I do not hold that against you. Your Cantonese is better than most I speak to.
Thank
I
you.
assume that you are a member. You are in some trouble, and you've reached out to the Triad for help, and Ping Mai sent you my way, correct? It's usually the only time they would ever contact me.
Somewhat. I'm not directly in trouble, but I could be at a later date. If what has happened at my club recently is an inclination that you may have noticed off the news.
Yes, the Emerald Mother that was inside of a. I believe the term they used was training exercise. I'd like to know who was brilliant enough to come up with that idea and expect it to fly.
That is a situation that we'd have to speak in private.
I'm sure it was the press.
Yes.
Very well, let's discuss rates. I typically charge 2,050 yuan per hour, which equates to about $250 an hour. However, all employee work cards are confidential. It does also count any meetings, any legal fees you will pay for yourself. Is that understood?
Understandable.
I am not the kind of person that will bill you for initial phone calls or bill you for phone calls unless they should exceed the full hour.
Alright.
I keep my cell phone number private. However, I now have your cell phone number on record. Therefore, you will not have to deal with any unpleasantness. Contact my office.
Thank you.
I apologize for the use of a call screener. However, I do get people that call up that are less than savory. Your reputation, while not necessarily a clean one, is not a criminal one either. So I have no problem working with you. Tell me, how's Ping Mai's great-grandfather?
He's doing very well for someone of his age.
He was my old Sifu.
Ah,
Did he tap dance?
that's going to be a willpower roll. Because now there's a blind man just got referenced that he can tap dance.
How many? What's your willpower?
I got it up now.
Okay.
It was a fail. He goes, tap dance?
That was a joke.
Okay. Yeah.
No, he. No, he was my Sifu when it came to learning the Buddhist monastic order. However, my true inclinations lined away from the temple, and he understood.
Ah. Understandably so, or we wouldn't be talking to each other right now.
The one thing I will say, quite so you know, I will not deal with any criminal elements that are not unfalsely accused. I have a way of knowing if you're lying to me, so please do not lie to me. Is that understood? If you lie to me, all your money will be refunded and we will never speak again.
That's understandable. I'll leave that to my the line to one of my other people that is in my employ.
Please don't let me know that.
He doesn't do it often. He's one of my he's one of my performers.
So you have another lawyer?
No, he's a singer by profession.
Very well. Well, my address is on the card if you do ever need it. This is giving you justification for legal influence 1.
All right.
You gotta let them
The
hear
more we get to know each other, I'm sure the more we'll
for
find
the effect. We're on this side of it. This is part of your life. Yes.
Okay. Just so I have this written down. Law influence 1.
You have to actually buy it. You have to spend.
I know. I'm just
Look.
written down as a reminder. Contacts. So 1 on contacts times 2. And underworld. Yeah, I'm just.
You got a message.
Making notes. Okay.
Yeah, I'm making notes.
You got a message. I hear your.
All right. I thank you for your services, but How much to put you on retainer? Asking their lawyer.
I require a 1,000.
How much?
1,000. Sorry. I require a 50. I require 5,000 yuan per retainer. Equates to about $1,200 a week.
12. Freaking. I'm getting a bit foggy to the math. Do the math in my head. What would that be for at least for 3 months?
Well, if you work it out, it's about 1,200 times 4. Let me pull it. I hate to actually pull up my calculator.
It's alright.
That's $14,400 for 3 months.
Resource 3 would cover that? Or no? Would Resource 3 cover that or no?
Resources 3 would be tight. You would probably not want to put him on retainer right away.
Yeah.
Yes, you do have his number and you can call him.
Alright. Considering I'm just probably got a profit boost, I just got a profit boost from taking over the brothel, and I might that actually I might be able to put him on retainer at the end of this month.
Okay.
Because that would have given me resources 4 at the very least.
Which we can work on as far as XP expenditures go, because you will need to factor that in at some point.
Yeah.
Well then, Mr. Lynch,
Yes.
I look forward to further discussions. Do try to keep your nose clean, and I recommend keeping your cousin away from the PLA for now. I don't want to know. Just a bit of a friendly advice. Consider it free legal advice. The only time I will ever dispense it.
I kind of figured you would have heard about that, and no, he does not actually have any ties or conflictions with the PLA or
It
none
doesn't
that
matter.
can be
The PLA think what they want to think. I wish there was a way I could kick them out of Hong Kong, but they seem to be wanted here.
Oh, yeah. All right. I will talk to you later.
Very well. Have a pleasant evening.
You too.
And he'll hang up. All right. Was that about all you wanted to cover?
As far as the influence and the contacts.
Okay. All right, then we'll go ahead and close this out. Thank you for playing. Thank you watchers for watching. This has been a side scene for Hong Kong House of Cards. Have a pleasant day.
See y'all later.